How many payouts have you now done with the trading phase?
So today's my fourth one. I made a lot of rookie mistakes in the beginning. I was never profitable. I'll be very honest. I would say at least 7 to 8 prop firm, losses. I would say set and forget your trades. 1% a day. So if you keep on the line with these two rules, I think you'll be profitable. The first time I actually felt that, something was working out is when
Hey everyone, welcome back to another trader interview. Today I'm here with Muhammad and we're going to be looking at his most recent trading success. Now at the Trading Pit, we're on a mission to discover and support the world's most talented traders. As you know, we believe in recognizing trading excellence and we're therefore very proud to offer successful traders the visibility and spotlight that they deserve in order to tell their stories so that you, who's watching from wherever you are in the world, to learn from the overall experiences and payouts that these traders make. So Mohammed, super grateful to have you here on this interview today. Can you maybe explain a little bit more about yourself, who you are, where you're from, and how long you have been trading for?
First of all, thank you so much for the invitation, Fabio. My name is Muhammad Ummar. Everybody calls me by Ummar, so Muhammad is just the first name. Muhammad Ummar is the first name. I am 30 years old. I am a accounting and finance graduate, and I'm still working remotely in London. I have an office in London. The trading journey was quite an interesting one. I started with binary trading, so not a lot of people start with binary trading. That was the first thing that I actually discovered, and then quickly came to realize that binary trading was not the best option, and then came to know a little bit more about forex trading around 6 to 7 years ago, and never looked back after that. So all the concentration went into forex trading since that day.
Fantastic. And where did you kind of learn the initial strategy that you used at the time? Is that initial strategy that you learned the same one that you're using today?
Not at all. Not at all. It's very funny. We all start somewhere with the indicators and, the tools and stuff like that. So, of course, a lot of the time actually went into looking at strategies on YouTube and stuff like that. Also, baby pips, a lot of the new traders start with babypips.com. So basically started from there, learned the basics from babypips.com and some other stuff on YouTube and from some other people on the internet. And then came to know that there was a lot more than just, indicators and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. And when was it kind of the moment then that you understood, okay, I actually have found something that really works for myself?
I would say the first time I actually felt that, something was working out is when I actually found supply and demand. It was with a mentor. He actually was very popular in the prop funding space as well. The first time when I actually learned about supply and demand, it was that day, I was like, there's a lot of potential in there,
Yeah. And was it from the get-go that you were successful with trading supply and demand, or did it really have a big steep learning curve?
No, I would say it did take some time to understand it because, you're already very you're already focused on indicators and stuff like that. So the way you think, it's very different, and when you come to know about these kind of strategies, it takes some time to get in the flow of these kind of strategies, So let it be like ICT or anything like that, it takes some time to get used to those things and leave everything else on aside.
And how did you get used to it? Was it mainly through losing prop firm challenges? Was it mainly blowing personal accounts, or were you just always trading demo? What was the journey from learning supply and demand to now doing payouts with prop firms?
Yeah, so I've already tried on real broker accounts before the prop firm, and I was never profitable. I'll be very honest. It didn't work out for me, but at that time I didn't know about supply and demand either. And then when I was actually learning about supply and demand, that's when I came to know about the prop firm space as well, and I actually realized there's such a big potential there.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. And how long did it take to get profitable then with prop firms? Was it really a case where you took 10 challenges, filled them all, or were you pretty much successful after maybe one or two already?
No, I would say it. I think I lost quite a few in the beginning. I would say I made a lot of rookie mistakes in the beginning, where, you just have to get used to all the rules from the prop firms and everything, You have different rules for each prop firm, you have the trailing drawdowns, you have
Yeah.
the balance-based drawdowns and stuff like that. So it took a lot of time, I had, I would say at least 7 to 8 prop firm, losses. After that, I came to know, that.
So why did you
Yeah.
then continue trading with prop firms and not, for example, make the shift back to personal capital?
I would say just the potential. I think like with prop firms, the potential is so much bigger. With the, also, you're not really liable to anything, for the losses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest thing, that everybody goes for. But also just the bigger gains potential. Yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. So a lot more upside, obviously, with prop
Exactly.
firms,
Yeah.
possibility to scale. And nowadays there are, of course, a lot more prop firms as well, where you can start scaling. Now, why did you then go with the trading pit? What drew you to the trading pit?
So first of all, I'm someone that always look for the balance-based drawdown and static daily drawdown. So that's something that really attracted me to the trading pit. Also, the prices are quite good, and there are no consistency rules. So that was the biggest thing for me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I see it nowadays indeed as well. Like a lot of firms coming out with new rules, more on rules, just to kind of like,
Yeah,
cap you in your limitations, right? Whereas with
exactly.
the trading pit, you
Exactly.
get the actual freedom to trade. Okay,
Yeah.
well, fantastic. Now let's dive a little bit more into the strategy itself that you use to get those payouts. Can you describe it for me a little bit more than just supply and demand? Like, what are you actually looking for on any given day, and what pairs do you trade with it?
Yeah, so I basically, first of all, I'll start with what I trade. So I basically trade gold, US 30 and GBP USD. So I tend to just concentrate on very few pairs. I don't want to, diversify my portfolio more than that. So 3 pairs for me. And the strategy is actually very simple. It's not supply and demand. So it's mainly trying to look at the liquidity of Asian high and lows. So I look for liquidity pools, and that's the main strategy. There's not too much to it, but when you're actually trading, it's like literally one of the best strategies out there.
Yeah.
It's like looking for the liquidity pools, but the main thing, it always comes down to actually identifying the liquidity pools, because that's the hardest part of it.
So if I would have to ask you to describe your strategy in 3 words, you would only need one word, and that would be liquidity.
Exactly.
Okay, fantastic. So you use it on those 3 pairs. On what time frame do you use the strategy itself?
So I have a top-down analysis strategy, right? So I do look at the price action on the higher time frame, so the weekly and the daily. So
Yeah.
I do decide my direction by, first of all, by deciding where the daily candle is going to, of course, right? And then after that, it's the 1 hour and the 15 minutes. So I look at the price action on the 1 hour and the 15 minutes. So mainly wait for the Asian highs and lows to be taken out, and then if it's been taken out into the direction that I'm willing to go, then that's simple. I just wait for the any closest imbalance and wait for change of structure and take my trade.
Fantastic. Well, I'm dying to see maybe a little bit of the action on a chart. Would it be possible to see, you sharing your screen and running us through maybe kind of like
Yeah,
what you're looking for on the
sure,
charts every day?
sure. Yeah. First of all, we were looking at the price action on weekly time frame. Of course, on the weekly time frame, we were going very bullish, right? But then we did had a the last higher low get broken, so we knew that it will come down a little bit more than that. It's just simple price action on weekly time frame, nothing more than that, right? And then if we go to the 1 hour time frame, right?
Yeah.
So on the 1 hour, this is the Asian session highs and lows, right? So what we're looking for mainly, we're just looking for the Asian session high and lows to be taken out, right? So we saw that it went up, let me just go to 15 minutes. This was the Asian session high and low taken out here, right? So we saw that it went and took the lows out, and then it went and took the Asian highs out. And then we were looking at, normally I would wait for an imbalance to be filled as well. But this trade was mainly, I was just very confident because on the higher time frame, the market was about to move down very quickly. So I waited for a small, as you can see here, for a small change of structure here, right? So it broke that, went up, and then I just took the trade here. We just waited for this to be, to touch again, right? So you see, we have a small imbalance here, right? So you see, we have a small imbalance here. If we can just quickly look at this, so we had a small imbalance here, right? If you can see that, right?
Yeah, very clear.
And then just wait for the candle to come into the imbalance. Wait for the bullish candle's low to be taken out, and then take the trade. So yeah, that's that.
Fantastic. Well, clear confirmation. Thank you for sharing the overall breakdown of that trade.
No.
How frequently do you take these kind of trades? Like, how many opportunities does your strategy present you with on any given week, or maybe within a month?
Well, it does provide a lot of the times, times it does give you very, very quite a few trades, but it just depends on, there's A plus trade setups, and then you have, just the A setups or the B setups, I tend to take the A plus setups where, I have the higher time frame is telling me that there is a, the price action is just telling me that it's going up or down. And then not only that, we have to look at the liquidity. So I knew there was a lot of liquidity sitting down there. That's why I, took a sell on there. I was actually targeting that liquidity. I would mainly go for 1 to 3, fix. But sometimes, could take a longer. If you see a more potential, then I'll target the last liquidity.
Okay, great. And the average trade duration, what does that look like for yourself?
Maximum like around 7 hours, 6 hours, that's it.
Okay, so not too long. You like being in and out of the market pretty quick on a day?
Yeah. I think sometimes people can get impatient, so I'm one of them. Unfortunately, it's very hard to train yourself. So I think 6 to 7 hours. The thing is, I also try to avoid the swaps and the commissions, when you keep the trade running the whole night and stuff like that. So I think the best thing is to just, if you see it went into your target, of course, if it's very close to your TP, then I would leave it. But, if it's far from it, then I'll just close it, break even.
Yeah, fantastic. And okay, regarding now the payouts, how many payouts have you now done with the trading pits?
Okay, so today's my 4th one. So I actually applied for my 4th one today, and it got approved. Of course, Trading Pit is amazing, in that way. It got approved, and just waiting for it now. Maximum on crypto, it takes very short time to receive. So today's the 4th one.
Fantastic. And in order to reach this kind of consistency where you do at least 4 payouts with a prop firm, you need to have, in my opinion, also some form of consistency and dedication in your personal life as well, right? Like, how does that trading related consistency translate into your everyday life? Do you wake up at the same time every single day? Do you have a certain routine that is related to your trading?
Yeah. So, I work 9 to 5 remotely, right? So, for me, I have to wake up for that as well. But in regards to trading, I, do my analysis in the morning because, I wait for the Asian session high and lows to be taken out, and that takes some time. So by 11 a.m. UK time, it's mainly has gone into one of the directions, right? So I just wait for that, and but in regards to keeping the discipline is just like with different things, so I'll say there's many techniques. Tend to pray, and praying really helps me a lot, relaxing and just keeping my mind straight. Other than that, sports activities, going to the gym and doing any other activities such as going for a run, stuff like that, it really refreshes your mind.
Yeah. Okay, great. And if you would have to give any tips to aspiring traders who want to become profitable with prop firms, what would your number one tip be? Would it be in relation to what you just said, about the consistency part, or would it be something else more, let's say, technically related?
I would say two things, right? So first of all, I would say set and forget your trades. I think that's one of the best, advices that I've received as well. And 1% a day. If you stay with these two, if you keep on the line with these two rules, I think you'll be profitable. If you just set and forget your trades, because when you're sitting in front of your screen, you will get impatient and you will make bad decisions. So those two advices.
Great. Now, what I'm actually interested in listening to from your side of the story is you were telling me just now 1% risk. What does it look like when you try to pass these prop firm challenges and once you get funded? Do you use the same kind of risk model in the challenge phase as in the live funded phase, or is there a difference in that?
No. So on my evaluations, I do risk a little bit more, with the A+ setups. So I would go ahead with 1.5, even 2%. But with the funded accounts, so with the funded accounts, I never risk more than 1%. I tend to stay within 1% risk.
Okay, fantastic. Well, very interesting. Something to take note of for everybody watching. Yeah. Right. So, what is the next for you? Obviously, you've now done 4 consistent payouts with the trading pit. What are you looking to achieve next?
Of course, I want to get max allocated, with Trading Pit and other prop firms as well. I have a scale up coming soon on Trading Pit as well. So in 3 or 4 days, I'll be able to apply for a scale up on Trading Pit. So that's a big achievement for myself. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. So scaling up the capital further. Do you also have any plans for maybe trading more on personal capital as well? Or is it something that you're not really looking into at the moment?
Yeah, the goal is basically to save up for the personal account. It's just one thing, with prop firm trading, of course, there's a little bit of a different kind of trading with your own money, with your own capital. It's a little bit different. You can always risk more. You don't have, a lot of rules, but of course, you need to follow your own rules on the personal as well, but it's a bit different. It's a bit more lenient.
And what I think is something very interesting to take note of as well for everybody watching is you are a funded trader who's now done 4 consistent payouts, but you still work a full-time job. Whilst a lot of traders out there who would be doing 4 consistent payouts would probably say, hey, it's time to quit my job. Yeah. Why are you still working the normal job? Because obviously you would be able to stop, but is it something that you think, okay, trading is just perfectly to have there on the side, or is there other reasons?
Well, that's a very interesting point, Fabio. And I think, my main job actually keeps me disciplined, right? Other than that, there's also something else, which is like, when you have an active income coming from a source, then within trading, you're not that stressed out and you don't make like wrong decisions or emotional decisions. So I think that active income is very important on the side. I don't know how people actually do it, where they just, leave their full-time jobs and go into trading. Of course, they believe in themselves, but sometimes I still feel not that ready for it,
Yeah. Yeah, because in a way, you're going to become very dependent on your overall trading performance, right?
Exactly.
It will add a lot of extra pressure. And sometimes there might be, let's say, weeks or maybe even a month, right, without any real proper setups. Yeah. Does that also occur with your strategy? Like, what's the longest period of time that you've really sat out of the market, not taken any setups at all?
It would be a very bad consolidations on a high time frame, I would say. But mainly you would always get you could always easily find 1 or 2 trades in a week.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fantastic. Well, good to know. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Ummar, for sharing your story. Really appreciate you taking the time here to come on. Is there anything or any last words that you would like to share with the Trading Pit community?
To be honest, I think, thank you so much for this opportunity. It's definitely the prop firms are changing lives, and Trading Pit, one of them, a great prop firm with great rules, so thank you so much.
Fantastic. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching another trader interview. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions for future interviews, let us know in the comments section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day from wherever you are in the world, and see you in the next episode. Thanks.
Thank you.